tried dancing side to side while holding your breath, while shooting a genuine registered Army carbine, while choking on swamp weed. Peggers trying to prick you in the eye. Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun.
덤벼. 맞다 이다.
It's the end of the line. He'll be picking swamp weed out of those boots for days. Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower or pincushion, mind you. At first, he thinks it's Zolf.
응? 누구세요?
Turns out he's wrong. This is for you, says the man. Then wham.
봐. 뭐지?
When the kid comes to, the man's long gone. But something else is there.
지아가 보낸 편지이다. 이 편지는 줄프가 쓴 편지이며 다른 유라 생존자에게 보낸 편지가 틀림없다.
The only words Kid recognizes on that parchment are for Zia. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note. That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it? Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. Zolf's messenger was one of his people. Wonder just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zolf told him. The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity, and our people.
진실?
I'll be waiting. Sincerely,
줄.
Zolf. It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place.
근데 이거 하면 뭐가 좋아져? 보자. 비밀스러운 기술들에 접근하는 것을. 아, 됐어. 그럼 요건 뭐지? 은밀히?
Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve.
적추락. 검은. 공격을 받아 쓰러지게 되면 되살아나. 무한 아니야 그러면? 기회 1회. 다른 건가?
like rise like hot pineapple chowder on a cold day. Brings back memories. Kid arrives just in time to sample Zia's famous cooking. He wolfs down too much too fast, and it all goes to his head.
돼지. 돼지.
I've said a lot about the kid, but he ain't the only one wrapped up in all this.
아무도 모르고 또 여기네. 후려쳐 밀쳐내는 신짜오 기술인가? 일단 가자.
Just can't get enough of that good home cooking, can he? Knocks him into an uneasy sleep. What's he thinking? Now, let me see if I got this straight. I only heard it once. Once there was a normal Ura girl, but she wasn't born in the tassel terminals like the rest of her people.
와,
She was from
뭐야.
Zealandia. Her folks were orphaned in the war, taken in and raised inside the city, on condition they would never return to the terminals. Ura refugees who came into the city had to stay for life. It was a way to reduce the risk of city secrets leaking out. The mama passed away from birthing complications, leaving the girl trapped inside that city with no one but her father. Her father was sharper than a brusher's pike, so he got a job working for the city's mancers. His daughter barely saw him. Her father told her nothing of her Ura heritage. He told her nothing of the mancers. It's for your own good, he said. She took to studying the arts, learned more through music than history books, gained a knack for strings and songs. At first, she tried to be like other girls, but her classmates spread word that her father was an Ura trader, selling out the city. young man stood up for her, or so he led her to believe. He knew much of her heritage, and she grew fond of him. The young man convinced her to take him to her family den to meet her father. Spoke of how he wanted to meet a man from the terminals. When the young man greeted her father in the Ura's native language, her father flew into a fit of rage and threw them out. The young man never told her that the Ura's native language is not to be used by foreigners. To do so is a terrible insult. It was then that she decided to escape. The two of them could flee the city
겁나
together
아팠어.
and go to the Tassel terminals. They would hide inside a garbage bin until it got ingested by a scumbag, then let him slosh on out of the city for disposal. Her plan almost succeeded, but the authorities were already there when that scumbag sidled up to the city walls. The young man had sent the authorities a tip. Told him her father was using her to sell secrets to the Tassel terminals.
알아서 때리세요. She and her father were arrested for treason, but her father got a deal. Returned to work for the Mansers, and she'd go free. Before they parted ways for the last time, her father whispered a desperate plea. Hurry home to the den and lock yourself in. found inside that den. She found a journal written in her father's hand. The next day, the door to the den turned to ash. The girl came up for air, and she saw the calamity all around her.
미안해요.
When the
뭔
kid
말인지
wakes up,
하나도
his
못
world's
알아들었어.
still in pieces, just the
내
way he
말.
left it.
Sorry.
Never could ask for a song. Nothing like a quick nap after a hearty meal. We've all got stories worth telling. Kid ain't the only one.
소녀의 이야기인가? 하긴 소녀 뭐 어쩌고저쩌고 그랬으니까 얘기해줘. 여기 있을게. 아니지, 깨야 되잖아.
What's he thinking? Now, let me see if I got this straight. I only heard it once. Once there was a normal Ura girl, but she wasn't born in the tassel terminals like the rest of her people. She was from Ceylondia.
에이, 나중에 다시 보기로 보지. 나중에 다시 보기로 보지. 아, 왜 스킬 하나밖에 못 쓰는 거야?
The shards are getting harder to find.
아, 오케이. 소총.
Ceylonia's army only took the best, and the best of
나왔다.
them trained on Trigger Hill. The Triggers believed they were nothing without their rifles. Nothing beats the feel of shooting a Ceylonian army carbine. Sometimes you had to take care to steady your shot. The Triggers had clearance to modify their guns however they chose. Some felt the course was too easy, so the Triggers spiced things up a bit. Takes time to be a fast shot. Go figure. If you want to master the art of the firearm, then the place to go is Trigger Hill. Sometimes he had to shoot from the hip, Had to keep moving to avoid getting burned. It ain't bad, but the triggers were better.
이건 30초? 오케이, 할 수 있어.
He slowed through that course like it was nothing.
쉽군.
The Ceylondian army would have recruited him in a flash. Now we're looking at some serious firepower.
조준 속도? 가자.
Not everything blew up in the calamity.
응?
Why, Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt. So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too. It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Colford Cauldron. That learning led to some interesting inventions. The raw power of the world fell right into our hands. Playing with the cauldron's fires, it became an addiction.
뭐 먹었지?
Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here. But we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. The unforgiving scent of sulfurous dirt. Taste the air so hot it sticks to your lungs. All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. You can cook those things, but you can't eat them. Never thought we'd find so much life in all that ash. We kept on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway. The more ash we swept aside, the more life we found. Place as inhospitable as they come. But still we pressed on.
불이라서 그냥 타는구나.
After all, when we look down inside Colford Cauldron,
좋긴 좋네.
look down through all the smoke and flames. We saw in there the heart of the world, the heart now laid bare by the calamity. We had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Charleston Bog. Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron. Luckily, the cauldron cooked up a little shortcut for him. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path. Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Well, it ain't polite to stare. Where there's one stink eye, there's always more. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city. But all the fires died out. There's nothing left of it.
아,
You comes back looking like the inside of a chimney.
화장실 좀 갔다 와야겠다.
We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a
왔다.
welcome sight.
Pet sitter.
They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now.
기념품 다 모았나 보네.
A culture, a still life of old unwanted keepsakes. The marshals kept the city's peace. They can rest easy now. I've asked a lot of the kid, but this is something he's done on his own. It wasn't fixed, it was unbroken.
거의 다 했나 보다, 게임.
The service for all the
아니네.
men and women who serve Zealandia.
20개가 만땅이 아니었구나. 이건 없네. 좀 날렸네. 오 마이 갓. 아, 맞다.
The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. The memorial may be finished.
생겼다.
Our part is far from over.
아니네.
The city, Its riches nothing but fragments now.
적어도 하나 이상의 우상을 사원에 안치한 뒤 살아남아라. 2개 남았네. 귀찮아. 굳이 다 할 필요가 있나?
We spotted a pecker carrying a shard to Mount Zan. Welcome to Grady Incinerator, home of the hottest wings.
그레디의 수광로.
In all seriousness, the incinerator was a dump, and it had a problem with peckers. Blasted things would swoop in and spread trash all around, until we started using fire. We couldn't just torch them all at once. We had to use restraint. Keeping the incinerator clean was a paying job, but not a pleasant one.
이럴 거면 업그레이드 하고 오자. 아, 돈이 있었나?
You'd almost think those peckers like getting cooked.
일단 창하고.
Any brusher's pike can cut to the bone, but that one can cut through it. At least it won't get cold around here with that thing around. On the inside, a fire bellows ain't nothing like its more popular air-spitting cousin. Without an insulated air intake, that thing's liable to blow up on you.
Yes.
The inspiration, a forge can
돈 다시
fashion
벌어.
anything.
이러면 이제 빨리 잡겠지?
Know how we kept the city clean? We put all our trash in the Grady Incinerator. Peckers that flock together were easy pickings. Wasn't any other way to teach those peckers some respect.
쉽죠? 굿.
Who knows why we fought so hard to defend our own trash? Can't rightly call Mount Zan a mountain anymore.
짠드.
There's no more mountains now. There's no place left for the beasts of the wild to go. So they figure they'll hold out right here, on a slab of mountain the Calamity forgot.
트레일 블레이저요?
Good thing for those beasts.
그게
The
뭐죠?
calamity saved leftovers.
전 몰라가지고. 뭘까요? 어... 음... 아, 그랬군요. 내부도 괜찮아요? 아, 그래요?
Those beasts been hoarding all the valuables they could find.
외부는
We only found
차라리
a little
그
land.
미국에서
They
잘
found
나간다는
themselves a little shard.
그 SUV 기아 거 그게 더 좀 더 멋있어 보이던데. 한국에서는 안 되나? 아,
The creatures of the wild. They've been building a bastion of their own.
그래요? 아쉽겠다. 아, 올라가는 거구나. 하여튼 이뻐 보이긴 하네요.
They even dragged their children into this. Without a doubt, the situation stinks.
나 근데 못 끼고 있는 거지? 사이드미러의 드롭킥은 또 뭐예요? 뭐 이렇게 많이 하시는 것 같아.
Best thing we can do for those beasts right now is put them down quick and clean.
박격포? 지리는데?
There's only one kind of mercy
Ah.
left these days.
진짜 그 박격포잖아? 아,